The trail of the 3rd Army and the 19th Tactical Air Command of the 8th Air Force is marked by more than 40,000 white crosses. 40,000 dead Americans.
We were young and soldiers called to dedicate our lives in the name of God and country. Do what's just, boys. Go do what's right. A hot band of brothers waiting on our chance to add one more page unto the victory dance. Here am I, Lord, send me, send me. Victory lies in the spirit of the lives of the men who died for me.
Then I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send, and who will go for us? And I said, here am I. Send me.
This is Michael Broderick, Marine Corps veteran, actor, and Gallant Few board member. You are listening to the New American Veteran on Vets on Media. Now here's Carl Monger.
Hey gang, thanks for tuning in to Gallant Few's The New American Veteran. I've got to tell you that Vets on Media, the partners in that have split into their own companies, so Vets on Media as an organization is no more. We're going to have to redo our intro to eliminate that part. Gallant Few's The New American Veteran will go on. And today, I'm going to play a pre-recorded interview with Brian Harrington, who's an active duty soldier, soon to retire from the Army, with prior service Air Force time. And he just happens to be the lead singer of a rock group, Defyance. I want you to enjoy this song, Rangers Lead the Way.
Yeah, they fight so hard. French beach back in 44. An eagle climbs where seagulls freely soar. Slippery road, but life hangs on a wire. Makes us bringing death to the homes. Hear the silence that goes. All our ways endeavor to honor and will never fail. Comrade or country, spearhead a path to victory. Though I be alone in the end, Rangers lead the way. The U.S. Rangers lead the way. Yeah, they fight so hard. Samoan warrior back in '93. Eagles fly up forever to keep. Down that road, blood slide on a wire. Make it sin
I'd like to welcome today to the New American Veteran, Brian Harrington. Brian is an actual active duty Army soldier. We're not going to talk too much about active duty stuff because he is still serving, although he is on his way to retirement here pretty soon. But he has gotten involved in some pretty cool things with a rock band called Defyance. Brian, hey, welcome to the New American Veteran.
Hi, Carl. Thanks. Great to thanks for having me on. Appreciate it. Great to be here.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about your military experience. You know, we don't want to give away any OPSEC or any of that kind of stuff, but MOS, maybe some units that you've been in. Can you talk a little about some of your experiences?
Sure, you bet. Yeah, I've been in the military I'm getting ready to retire, actually. I've got about 5 more months to go. I'm on leave, so when I go back home, I'm going to start all my ACAP procedures and all of that good stuff so I can start to retire. Are you still there?
I am. I just wanted to put up this picture.
Oh, okay.
While you were talking about military life.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, I'm seeing something different on the screen, but that's no problem. So I've been in for almost 20 years now. Prior service Air Force, so I have both Air Force time and Army time, so about 50-50 on each. So 11 years in the Air Force and 9 years in the Army. So my MOS is I'm an 88 November. I've been in, that's transportation management coordinator. So I've been in military transportation the whole time that I've been in. Some of my assignments, I've been stationed at Kadena, been stationed at Dover Air Force Base, Ramstein, Germany, spent a little time overseas. I was in Kuwait, deployed to Haiti, spent time in Korea. And my final assignment, I'm at Fort Riley, Kansas right now. So that's it. Yeah. Don't want to go into any OPSEC stuff, but I've enjoyed both in the Air Force and the Army. I'm proud of both my branches of service there.
Yeah, now we're going to talk a little bit about what you do kind of when you're not being a soldier in your day job. You put on a long hair wig and tight pants. Rock music.
No, nothing like that. Actually, no. Did you bring up those pictures of me back in the day? I don't know if
Yeah, let me jump over to that, and then you can walk us through that. You should, as soon as I bring them up, let me make sure that my screen is locked so we just see that. Now, we ought to be seeing, there's a picture of you in uniform. He does not have hands in his pockets. You sergeant majors out there that are wondering, nope. Not.
Uh-oh, yeah, that's not good. No, I've pretty much had the bald hair action going on for about the last 20 years. So no wigs over here. But I don't know if I'm seeing I'm not seeing the good pictures that I sent you on my screen. But if
what I'm seeing right now is the picture of you sitting in what looks like a Black Hawk.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, that was a fun time. That was out at where was that at Fort AP Hill. I was a AIT instructor out there, and we got a chance to set up a little ADAG air departure arrival group, and my transportation soldiers got to fly around too. That was our recon. We were figuring out where we were going to set up our little aerial ports, so that was a good time.
And let me see. Next picture looks like you and a lovely lady in a yellow shirt.
Okay, that's my mom. Is that the one with the beret? I got a beret on. Yep. That's actually my mom. Got a chance to come home and visit her. I was going TDY down to Fort Lee, I think, or not Fort Lee, Fort Leonard Wood on that one, and got to spend some time with her. She's down in Missouri, so.
I gotta keep talking here for just a minute. I got to adjust some sound. I'm getting a little feedback.
Oh, okay, no problem. Yeah, so I've had a great time serving in both I don't think I sent you any Air Force pictures, but stationed at Kadena, that was my first duty assignment. And I just went out today, went to a gun shop because it's close to Father's Day. So I went out and bought myself my Father's Day present. My wife gave me the go-ahead for it. And I was in there and saw this older Marine in there, and we got to talking, and that was his first duty assignment, was Okinawa, Japan too. So we had it was really neat to talk to him. It was good times.
Yeah. Okay. Let me flip another picture here. Now we got the rock band.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can. Those were the days. Yeah, that was
black and white image. We've got like John Bon Jovi on the far left.
Is that the one where we're standing on the steps?
Nope. You guys are just standing in a group here, real close together.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was an actual. We actually made a poster of that when that was when we were at our heyday there, going around different bars and stuff, playing around in Iowa. Had a good time.
As a kick butt picture, and then here's the one on the steps.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The one on the steps there, that was down in Knoxville, Iowa. So we went out one day and got our picture taken, and we're looking all posery. Yeah. Doc and wannabe.
Now, the way that I found out about you guys is, I don't remember who it was now. I don't think it was you. Somebody sent me the link to Rangers Lead the Way and said, hey, would you play this song, share it? And I will play that song when this interview airs, which is scheduled right now for 4th of July week. I'll insert that later. But I was impressed. That's a great song. And then I found out you guys have a number of songs that you do, and you've put out an album. Talk a little bit about some of the music you guys have done.
Yeah, and I sent that to you, Carl. So you're gonna get three CDs that we sent. But what was really neat is you were looking at those older pictures and back in the day. Well, when I went into the Air Force, that kind of put a damper on us playing. But after, it was about 10 years after that, I started thinking, well, maybe we could get our band back together again. We really started getting serious about it about 5 years ago. And due to technology, just like what we're doing right now, we'll send like MP3s back and forth to each other. So we've basically found out, hey, there's nothing stopping us now. With YouTube, we can put our music out there on YouTube. And so we started writing an album. What they did is they sent me music that they had been working on before when I kind of broke up with the band and joined the military. So we thought it was fitting to redo it. And, I'm the lyricist of the band. I pretty much write the lyrics and everything. So if you're going to write, you got to be passionate about what you're writing about. And I'm pretty passionate about the military. Again, being stationed overseas, I've worked with the Army, the Air Force, the Navy. So we thought it was fitting to try to write good songs about all branches of the military. And that's what we got here with our CD, Reincarnation. This CD is for sale with Minotauro Records, and it's basically has a song from each branch of the military represented on it, and it also has a song for each of the 3 days of the Battle of Gettysburg. So it's kind of a historical and a patriotic album altogether. So I can't wait for you to get it and you listen to it. You're going to love it.
I don't think anybody's done a rock album about the Battle of Gettysburg yet, so that could be a first.
Yeah, that I haven't either. I think there's a band called Iced Earth that's out there, and they did some Civil War stuff. They might have done one about the Battle of Gettysburg, but we're a different style than them. Pretty heavy stuff. This album is, I would call it, it's not really progressive rock. It's more straightforward rock, but a lot of our music that we're working on now will sound more of a kind of progressive rock. But yeah, it's really neat. It's fun.
You sent me some notes about how this is relevant to veterans, and you made some great points there. But we talk first about the first point that you made is that music helps you stay resilient and cope with transitioning in two ways. The first is the aggression of being a soldier. Can you talk about that?
Well, yeah, it helps me in the sense that it's, as a soldier, you kind of have a lot of aggression in the sense that, with deployments, and if you're just going to be around soldiers, it's especially soldiers that have been in combat, you train to fight. And so when you come back home and you're around civilians, it's a little difficult to kind of turn that switch off. And, you end up with a little bit of anger. And so a perfect way to vent that anger, I found, is through, hard rock music, screaming and hitting those high notes and really pouring myself into it kind of helps me to cope with, just maybe some of the anger I've picked up over the years of being in the military.
I did some singing when I was younger, and I was a tenor back then. I cannot hit the high notes anymore now that I'm older. How do you do that?
Just practice. I think I got to a point when I was first singing I got to a point where it's almost like I broke my vocal cords, if you will. I mean, I wasn't able to hit those notes, but then one day, just with all the practicing with Don Dokken and Bon Jovi, you had mentioned Bon Jovi. I used to practice to Bon Jovi, and I conditioned my voice to do it. So luckily, I've kind of kept with it, and even when I wasn't playing with Defyance, I kept playing guitar and still writing songs, and so didn't get too far out of shape, but sometimes not as good as I used to be.
Yeah, I understand how that goes. Okay, second, you said it helps you defend what you call the American good stuff. Oh yeah, the American good stuff. Well, I just think that, especially with working with some younger soldiers, that there's some really great soldiers out there. I've had the honor of serving with a lot of great young soldiers, officers, and everything. But I think that nowadays it seems like patriotism is kind of on the ropes. It just feels that way for me. Not to be too political about things, but it just, I feel like we kind of have to defend some of that patriotism nowadays. And, Western civilization, I think kind of needs a shot in the arm, especially when you look at the media, you watch what's going on. It seems like things nowadays need to be defended that, 20 years ago, you would have never had to have to defend them. It just seemed like society was really kind of leaning a little more in the direction that I'm not happy with it going. And so to be able to sing about these events that happen in history, that, good men and women, patriots, some of them are civilians that have done things, is to be able to sing about that and to shore that part of Western civilization up, I think is important for younger generations to maybe listen to this and say, hey, what happened on Little Round Top, and then they hear the song and then they go back and find out what Joshua Chamberlain did and so forth. So that's what we're trying to do with Defyance. At least that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so where can people find your music? If you just type in www.defyance.com, that'll bring you to our website. And from there, you can click on our Facebook page. And from there, you can also go to Minotauro Records, where you can either buy a CD or an MP3. Okay, I'm showing your website right now. Okay, cool. DEFYANCE. So correct. Yep. Okay. And if you go to the Facebook page, you'll be able to follow us, because we are continuing to write songs, and we'll be showing kind of our progress on how we're doing it. Right now, Defyance is we're like a digital rock band, but we don't really have any live shows lined up. But we are open to that. We do have all of our equipment. We can come play a live show if we have an advance notification that's out far enough. We definitely could come someplace and play. Our guitar player Brent, he lives in Boston right now. And like I said, I'm at Fort Riley, and then the other two guys that you see on the right-hand side are Marcus Peterson and Doug Barry. Doug's our drummer, and Marcus and Brent are our two guitar players. So they're here. I'll be home in Iowa. We'll be able to get together more often, but we're full steam ahead. We're doing it. Well, congratulations on a transition plan that's been ongoing since even before the military. It's a thread through your life that's awesome. And I'm looking forward to listening to your CD. You had suggested earlier that we start the interview playing Rangers Lead the Way. So I'm going to, by the time people are listening to this, they should have already seen that. And then I'm going to end with Deeds Not Words. Do you want to say a couple of words about Deeds Not Words before I play that? Sure, yeah. That is a song that's real personal to me, because it's something I think that you have to, you need to, when you become a soldier, leadership is something that sometimes you don't want to go against what your leadership is telling you to do, but sometimes you just have to take control as a leader. As long as it's not against the UCMJ, and as long as no soldiers are going to get injured or hurt, I mean, sometimes you have to lead the way. And so that song, Deeds Not Words, was about that song is about having to do that. Basically, when you have maybe leadership that's going in the wrong direction, you got to bring them back in and say, no, we're going to do the right thing here.
And that's tough. That's real tough.
It's very tough. And I want to say that that's the motto of the 21st Infantry Regiment. Is that right? 22nd?
I'm not 100% sure on that. I'll look that up though. That'd be good. I wish I would have known that before writing it. I think I read it in the NCO manual, and it really, reading about that, it really stuck out to me. Deeds not words. It's just, I know it probably goes back to Roman times, which a lot of our military heritage does. So yeah, I'll check that out.
Yeah, I wasn't in that particular battalion, but within my brigade, there was a battalion, and their motto was deeds, not words. And I want to say it was 3rd Battalion, 21st Infantry, if I'm placing my time period right. But yeah, check that out, because that's a pretty cool deal. Well, hey, it's great, Brian, having you on the show today. Good luck through the rest of your term of service, and on the behalf of the mission, our thanks for your long and faithful service to the country. Congratulations on upcoming retirement, and we're looking forward to following you in your music career.
Great. Thanks a lot for hosting me on your program here. It's a real honor too, and thanks a lot for your service and for what you've done. And I appreciate your time.
All right, so here goes. Deeds, not words.
thanks for joining us today. Last week, I was privileged to attend the Ranger Regiment Change of Command, and I heard what is probably the best prayer in the history of the Ranger Regiment. And I'm going to play that for you now.
Today we gather to observe this change of command with drill and ceremony and parade formation. And yet, at this very moment across the globe, evil men gather and conspire against our nation and against our families. And so these Rangers stand ready even now to run to the arms room, draw weapons, load aircraft, fly away, and rain down upon the wicked and the evildoer as lightning falls from heaven. And we pray, as the next chapter of our rich history unfolds, that you would give these Rangers assurance of your presence, confidence in their righteous cause, and courageous violence of action as they defend the innocent and crush all who oppose life, liberty, and the United States of America. Amen.
The New American Veteran is a production of Gallant Few, Inc., a 501c3 nonprofit, all rights reserved. Learn more about Gallant Few at www.gallantfew.org.